Your child looks at their results and says, I'm just not good at math. And something in you quietly breaks a little. You're not sure whether to tell them they are wrong or whether they might be right. After 30 years of teaching, I can tell you that belief is almost never true. But it is almost always damaging. Because a child who believes they cannot do math stops trying in a different way. Not lazily, but quietly. They attempt less, they risk less, they expect less. And the results always follow that belief, not the child's actual ability. This series is about that belief, where it comes from, how it forms, and how it transforms, with the right teaching and the right environment. Your daughter comes home, looks at her paper and says, I'm just not a math person, Mom. And you don't know what to say, because part of you wonders, is she right? Is this just who she is, or is something else going on? In 30 years of teaching, I have never once met a child who was simply not a math person, not one. What I have met are children who were taught in a way that didn't build their understanding. And when understanding is missing, confidence disappears. And when confidence disappears, they start believing they are not a math person. I'm not a math person is not a personality trait. It's a conclusion a child reaches when the method has repeatedly let them down, yeah? That conclusion can be changed. I've seen it happen more times than I can count. Your child didn't wake up one day and decide they were bad at math. That belief was built, slowly, quietly over time. It usually starts with one topic that wasn't fully understood. Fractions, area and perimeter, word problems. Something that felt confusing and stayed that way. And because the next topic builds on the previous one, the confusion compounds. Each new concept feels harder than it should. The child starts to notice that math feels different for them than it does for others. They start to withdraw, to guess, to give up earlier than they used to. By the time a parent notices, the belief is already fixed. I'm just not good at this. And the child has stopped expecting to understand, yeah? But here's what I know after 30 years. The moment a child starts to understand, that belief begins to crack. Understanding is the only thing that dissolves it.
When the child finally understands the method, not just the answer, something shifts. They stop guessing, they stop waiting to be told. They start working things out for themselves. That shift doesn't happen because they suddenly got smarter. It happens because the explanation finally made sense. The next few videos shows you exactly what that shift looks like and what makes it possible. Keep watching.
You look at your son doing his maths homework. He stares at the question for a few seconds, then writes something down just to fill the space. You've noticed it for a while now. He used to try harder than this. You remember when he would ask questions, check his answers, want to get it right. Something changed and you're not sure when. After 30 years of teaching, I've seen this transition happen in many children. And it almost always follows the same pattern. A child tries, gets it wrong, tries again, gets it wrong again. And at some point, the effort stops feeling worth it. So they stop making it. That's not laziness, yeah? That's a child who has quietly decided that trying leads to disappointment. So why bother? The good news is that decision can be undone. But only when the child starts experiencing what it feels like to actually understand. Ruth came to me believing she was just not good at maths. Her parents were worried her confidence was low, her results were sitting around 55. For the first few lessons, she barely attempted questions on her own. She would look at a problem and immediately look at me instead. Then one afternoon, something shifted. She was working through a question and I stayed quiet on purpose. She paused, looked at the question and worked through it slowly, carefully, all the way to the end, correctly. She looked up at me, I didn't say well done, I said, you already knew how to do that lah. That was the moment. 5 seconds of silence that rewrote what she believed about herself. In my last video, I told you about the 5 seconds that changed everything for Ruth. Today, I want to tell you what happened after that moment. Ruth had come to me scoring around 55, low confidence, convinced she was simply not a math person. That one moment of genuine understanding cracked that belief open. From that lesson, something shifted in how she approached every question. She stopped looking up at me first. She started attempting and then checking. Her results didn't jump overnight. That's not how solid understanding works. But they moved steadily, consistently in one direction. By the time Ruth set her PSLE, she was a different child. Not just in her results, but in how she carried herself into that exam hall. Ruth is in secondary school now and top in math in her level. Still building on the foundation we put in place together.
That shift I talked about at the start is real. I've watched it happen in children for 30 years. It's not rare. It just needs the right conditions. There's more on this channel, subscribe and keep watching. Each video adds another piece to the picture. And if you're wondering whether those conditions are possible for your child, my WhatsApp link is in the description. One conversation is usually enough to know.